Welcome back to the RV Rundown. I'm your host, Barry, and this is a segment where we take a look at some of the hottest RVs on the market today. I'm standing inside a brand new Class C from Jayco. This is a 2023 Redhawk 26M. It has a single super slide. It's on the E450 chassis. It's actually a really cool gasser Class C. I'm right up here in the front where I'm at the cab, and you can see that our two main, the driver's seat and the passenger seat, they spin around and face the main area of the living room, dining room kind of space. And they've given us these cool little seat extenders because the cab is recessed and lower than the rest. And that just gives us a place to sit down and kind of join with the rest of our company. Pretty neat. There's blackout shades that are custom fit for this. In addition to that, we have Velcro tabs, and they provide us with another privacy shade that can go across the entire cab should you choose to use it that way. Up above it, we have a bed. This is quite typical of a classic Class C layout. This simply flips over like so, providing us with a nice big padded bed surface up high. There's hooks here for a ladder to make it easy to climb in and out. And on either side of it, and what's laying in the back there, that little black thing, is just a safety guard to keep your kids in at night so that they don't roll out of it and hit the floor. It's pretty cool. It's a nice extra sleeping space. Speaking of sleeping, this thing can easily sleep 5, maybe 6. It's definitely got seating for 5 because it has 3 seat belts in the U-shaped dinette in addition to the 2 that are up here. Talking about dinettes and kitchen, our kitchen is pretty well equipped. We've got a big dual basin stainless steel sink with a high-rise faucet that's adjustable, plenty of cabinetry all around it, lots of nice counter space. Wireless phone chargers and power towers. I think that's really cool. We've got the typical 3-burner gas stove that we see in so many RVs today with that glass cover on it just extending that counter space. An oven down below really rounds it out. And we've got that high point microwave up top. Our dinette is U-shaped. I mentioned earlier that it has those 3 seat belts in there. This can also drop down and the pads can slide out to create yet another bed space. So bringing family along in this is definitely an option. I love this U-shaped dinette. I always feel like these accommodate more people a little better than the standard straight-in dinettes. Right behind it, we've got a nice closet. It's pretty slick in the sense that we've got hanging space as well as shelved space. There's some drawers down beneath, and that leads us into our bedroom. All of our spaces here are kind of combined because it's one big room with the super slide. So our bedroom is actually our living room, and it kind of bleeds into our kitchen/dining space. Even our refrigerator is right here across from that closet that we just took a look at. In this case, this is actually a gas-electric refrigerator. This is kind of old school, but hey, these things are still very popular among certain segments of the RV market. The entertainment center is kind of nice in the sense that we've got a big flat screen TV. This is on a mount that pulls out. There's storage in behind it, so we can get a lot of extra stuff in there if we want to. And there's storage built in all around it. I mean, we've got this 3-shelf unit just to the right of the fridge. That could act as like a dual pantry. It could act as extra storage for this area. It's just very, very nice in terms of how much cabinetry that they've built into this motorhome. Down low, we have a 40-inch Furrion electric fireplace. This thing legitimately puts out heat. We're having sub-freezing weather right now in Georgia. I believe it's 20 degrees outside right now, and our thermostat says it's 56 in here. So a 36-degree difference, that's pretty nice given that that's the only heat source that we have running right now inside. Our couch sits directly across from the TV. Great space for it. Underneath it, there's storage in the form of drawers. I think that's pretty cool. And this has a Murphy bed hiding, but it's not your standard Murphy bed in the sense that we don't have the latches or the pull straps. All we have to do here is remove our 2 couch backers. There's a keyed segment right here that we want to flip on, and then we can hit this button and check that out. Our bed drops right down over the existing couch. Pretty cool. In the very back, you can see that we've got power charging stations on both sides, little small nightstands. There's reading lights up above that are individually operated. There's even some nice storage in the form of cabinetry up there. And again, it all rolls up and down just at the touch of a button. It's really simple and easy to do. I kind of dig that. And in the very back, we have our bathroom. So the bathroom itself has a foot flush toilet. We've got some storage over here, a nice fantastic fan up high, and a pretty decent sized shower. Again, I've said it kind of ad nauseum in all my other videos. I'm 6'3", I'm a pretty tall guy, but I'm not even in the skylight in this one. So there's plenty of space for me. There's even some storage in the form of shelving on the wall. They've given us a plastic divider to keep the water from leaking out into the bathroom. Overall, I really like this design for a Class C. I think it's pretty well thought out. Everything's controlled right here at the entry. We have our slide controls, generator start, stop. I didn't mention that earlier. We'll look at it outside, but this does have a generator on board, as well as all our tank heaters. Let's get that slide in. There we go. Now, because this is a motorhome, they do kind of design it with everything being accessible in mind. You should be able to walk from the cab all the way back to the back, and here that's definitely the case. So even with the slide in, we can be sitting in our dinette, using that. We can be using the kitchen. We can get to the refrigerator with ease. It's tight, but I can still kind of walk, shuffle through here, but I can easily get back to my bathroom. You know, that's a nice feature, not hard to do. You could sit here on the couch and watch a little TV, but there are no seat belts here, so that's not exactly a riding situation. All of our riding spots are right here in the U-shaped dinette and in the very front of the cab. Let's run the slide back out and check out some of the features outside. Outside, the Redhawk has a lot of features that are very similar to other Class Cs like it on the market today. It has the entry step that opens and closes with the door. That can be shut off at the touch of a button. Little things like storage are built into the skirting wherever they can. Right up front here, you see that we have our propane that's built into the side there. Nice large tank to keep us running. Again, storage compartments wherever they can fit them. All of this is up under a big awning. It's electric. It runs out at the touch of a button. It has LED lighting up underneath it. One of my favorite things that they've done with this model, though, is given us this really cool little outside kitchen. So we've got a refrigerator out here, a little bit of storage, we've got a power outlet, a light, and then this big capital grill. I love this. Again, storage, storage, storage. They built it into the side skirts. I love this one because they put a little shelf in there. It's all metal. That just feels like a great place to stash some tools. Which brings us to our back cap. We've got a few things going on here. The 4-inch square tube bumper sits up over the 2-inch receiver, which actually has a 7-pin plug. So we could tow an RV behind our RV if you wanted to. There's a backup camera and a ladder leading up to that fully walkable roof, which has our 2 ACs as well as the big solar panel that we talked about inside. On the rear corner of the driver's side, we have an outside shower. We have hookups for our city water connection, as well as our black tank flush. And down below that, we have our tank pulls and our sewage out. Just to the left, again, they've carved in more storage, and they've attached our low point drains right there on the inside for easy access. The power is right here. You can feed the 30-amp cable straight through the bottom and out and lock it back up, so it's tamper-proof. They do have a secondary outlet in there as well. That big electric Murphy bed this inside, well, they thought about that by giving us a hatch here to access the motor that drives it. So if there ever is an issue with it, we have mechanical access by way of the back, so we don't have to rip the whole thing apart just to figure out what's going on. More storage, just carving it out again wherever they can. And I want to note that our slide is in right now, but when it's out, it is equipped with a slide topper. And all of these exterior windows are frameless, so they look really nice and sleek. More storage in the form of carve-outs in our skirting. We've got a secondary low-point drain valve there, and this is equipped with a generator in addition to the solar that's on board, so this is truly an off-grid machine. So gas generator combined with solar, that just means that you're going to have the opportunity to pretty much live off-grid anywhere you want with this. We do have backup cameras off to the side as well. Those are on both sides, giving us our side views when we flick on our turn signals on the interior. Other little things like keyless entry is pretty cool. Lights up, unlocks at the touch of a button. I love these C's because it's a lot like driving a van. It's built on that E450 chassis, so you don't feel like you're sitting up in a big giant bus. Having the doors on either side makes filling up at gas stations or stopping at toll booths and other things pretty simple as well. You don't have to get out through the passenger side and walk around to assess something. Overall, I love these little Jayco Class Cs, and I think they're worth checking out in person at Southern RV in McDonough, Georgia. Come on down, we're right off I-75 between exits 216 and 218, or if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 770-477-0552. And until next time, y'all, happy camping.